Most organizations do not work on these type of deliverables. Everybody is in so hurry that we do not have time for planning actually. But for a planning engineer, it is very important that he should bring out the entire scope of the work on a single page in a systematic way. And that is the purpose of a work breakdown structure. Definition wise, a WBS represents a hierarchical decomposition of all complete work of the project into smaller elements. So the whole work has been structured in such a way on a single page, maybe A1, A2, A3, so that you should be able to integrate and see all the elements what are required on the project. For planning, it is must, but I have not seen the organizations making this document because this document is not listed in your contractual deliverables, so we don't prepare it. But the good organizations, they always prepare it so that they can have a clear understanding and they can about the project scope, and they can, whenever there is any changes appearing, at least they will keep on updating their scope document. WBS is more of a scope document where all the work which is required for that particular project is to be shown in a logical, in a systematic order. And that is the hierarchical decomposition. Big work, smaller work under that, and you have to do it. After the scope planning for a project is completed, the next step is to create a work breakdown structure to define and organize the project element. This particular thought process is given by PMI, that when you are doing the scope planning, that time you have to create a such kind of document so that every element of the project should be visible on a single page. And that is what is exactly the scope planning. How the planning comes out once you know the complete scope of the project. WBS clearly identify the deliverables, report, and summarize schedule and cost data at different levels of detail. This is the another very important and critical um, fundamental for progress monitoring mechanism. Your cost rolling up. How would you roll up your lowest level of cost to the topmost level? And if you will not define all these work breakdown structure clearly, then you would not have apple to apple comparison. You would not have a clear understanding of how cost accounting is being done, how resource accounting is being done, how progress calculations have been done. A WBS is a Bible for planning engineer, which we generally don't prepare. But for a excellent, good planning engineer, this becomes a Bible and they always prepare. You talk about EIL, you talk about flow Daniel, you talk about Bechtel, all these, you talk about technique, these people will definitely prepare it, put a brain on it, and see, actually, top management can always put a brain on this type of document. Although this document may be prepared by only planning department for the purpose of their own planning, but this deliverable has lot of importance, definitely not required as per the deliverable list, but for the uh, for the integration of planning, this deliverable has lot of importance.